This is Russia-Ukraine ceasefire on track after Trump-Zelensky meeting. The world watched in stunned silence. For months, the headlines were filled with war, destruction, and uncertainty. But then, a single meeting, just one handshake, sent shockwaves across the globe. Former U.S. President Donald Trump Saturday across from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Cameras flashed, whispers echoed, and the weight of history pressed down on the room. Could this unlikely meeting really push the bloody conflict toward peace? For the first time in years, the phrase "on track" sparked hope. But behind those two words lay a storm of politics, suspicion, and secret negotiations. As reporters scrambled to make sense of it, leaders across Europe held their breath. Moscow reacted cautiously, NATO waited for confirmation, and ordinary Ukrainians, living in the shadow of war, wondered, is this real or just another promise destined to break? The story begins long before this meeting, rooted in years of tension, diplomacy, and global chess moves that shaped every headline. To understand how we got here, we need to unravel the timeline, the hidden agendas, and the power struggles that brought the world to this moment. From fiery speeches on world stages, to backroom deals whispered in corridors, to the cries of families caught between bombs and borders, the story is bigger than two men shaking hands. Because the truth is, history doesn't change in a single meeting. It changes in the decisions that follow. And tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on the real story of the Trump-Zelensky meeting, the fragile Russia-Ukraine ceasefire, and what it means for the future of global peace. The ceasefire on edge, those four words send chills across the globe, because when a ceasefire trembles, the world trembles with it. On paper, the fighting is supposed to stop, the guns are supposed to fall silent, families are supposed to sleep without fear, but in reality, the ground tells another story, one of suspicion, broken trust, and whispers of betrayal. Tonight, we step into a fragile moment in history, where peace hangs by a thread and the echo of war is never too far behind. This is not the first ceasefire the world has seen, and it will not be the last. But this one, this particular truce, has the power to change everything. A line drawn between war and peace, between survival and collapse. In villages scarred by shelling, mothers cling to their children, praying the silence will last. Soldiers at the front stand tense, fingers close to the trigger, uncertain if the man across the trench is truly an enemy, or simply another weary soul waiting for the order to stop. Behind closed doors, leaders argue, strategize, and trade promises. Every signature, every handshake, every word spoken into a microphone becomes a weapon or a shield. But history has shown us one painful truth. Ceasefires are fragile. They can shatter with a single shot, a single misstep, a single spark in the dark. So, is this peace really just an illusion? Is it the beginning of an end, or the end of a beginning? This is the ceasefire on edge. What comes next? It's the question that keeps leaders awake at night. The question that haunts families in uncertain times. The question that shapes the destiny of nations. Every era, every crisis, every turning point in history leaves us standing at a crossroads, wondering which path humanity will choose. When wars cool into fragile truces, when economies stumble at the edge of collapse, when technology advances faster than our ethics can keep up, one thought echoes louder than all the rest. What comes next? Is it hope or chaos? Unity or division? Progress or destruction? The answer doesn't come from the headlines alone. It comes from the people, ordinary lives, caught in extraordinary moments. The mother waiting for her son to return home. The worker praying the factory stays open another year. The young student staring at a screen, imagining a future that seems to shift every single day. The past has already spoken, the present is happening now, but the future is unwritten. And in that uncertainty lies both danger and possibility. So tonight, we search for the truth buried in the silence between decisions, in the tension between power and fragility, in the human spirit that refuses to break. This isn't just a story about tomorrow, it's a story about choices we make today that will decide what comes next.